he had and that we donated to the synagogue, how much they meant to him.
Are you all aware of the bookshelves that we're talking
Why
about?
don't we
All the
open?
mahogany bookshelves?
He had a very interesting life, and these shelves meant a lot to him because of where he got them. And now I'll tell you the story of his life so you'll understand a little bit more what I'm saying. And I have broken my neck, and so I can't move it very much. I can just move it a tad bit. So, my husband was born in Estonia. I don't know if some of you don't know Estonia. Estonia is one of the Baltic nations. It's located on the northeast coast of Russia. And the Baltic nations are Estonia, Lithuania, and Latvia. And my husband was 19 years older than I. So what I'm going to tell you about was during World War II. He lived in Tallinn, Estonia, and his mother was an attorney, and his father was the head of a small boys' school. And at that time, Estonia was free from Russia and independent. And then the Russians came in and they wanted to take over the Baltic nations again and make them part of Russia. My late husband's parents were against Russia. His father became involved in the underground and...
Not Jewish.
No, not Jewish. Became involved in the underground, and one night, during the middle of the night, the Russians came and pulled everyone out of their house. His mother, himself, his father, and he had a younger sister. They shot the father in the head in front of all of them. This was what Stalin did. Then, after that happened, my husband was about the age of 18. He was given the job of finding out who told the Russians and who squealed on him as being head of the underground. He found out, then he was given the job of killing that man just like his father had been killed. So he followed him home from work, knew his pattern, what he did every day. And one day in the woods when he was following him home, he shot him in the head. Now this is an 18-year-old. He then was arrested by the Russians and thrown in a Russian prison camp. He lived in the Russian prison camp for about a year and a half, and every morning at daybreak they would drag all of the prisoners out of the Russian prison camp and take them into the courtyard. And in the courtyard they would shoot a dozen or so in the head, so you never knew from day to day what was going to happen. So he was in the, like I said, in the camp for about a year and a half, and one morning a guard pulled him out of the line that was going to the courtyard and said to him, he opened a door, he said, "Run up those steps, your mother is waiting for you up there." So during this period of time, his mother had sold everything she could in the black market and then had enough money to bribe this Russian prison guard. He ran up the hill, his mother was there and his sister was there. And somehow they had made arrangements, the mother had, to get him into Germany. So he was in Berlin, and he learned what Hitler was doing to all of the Jewish people. And he met a young German fellow who became his best friend, and his girlfriend, who later became his wife, his friend's wife. He met them, and the young girlfriend's father was involved in helping the Jews either not get thrown into a prison camp, hide somewhere. He was supporting the people that were trying to kill the Germans, just like the Germans, like the Russians in Estonia. So then he found out that this young woman who had become his friend and his best friend's girlfriend was involved in helping the Jews get out of the prison camp, or not get into the prison camps, but to escape or to hide somewhere. And he started helping him. Several months after he helped him, the father, who was an attorney in Berlin, was also killed by Hitler. So then he had to make the decision, does he go ahead and continue to help the Jewish people either not get into prison or get out of prison or hide or whatever. And he decided to make that choice. And so he did until World War II was over. And during that period of time, he helped a lot of Jewish people. And he became to have, after the war, some good Jewish friends. And he loved Germany. And so he was a reader. We had a 45 square foot home with a 4-car garage, and we had one television in the whole house because we read. And he loved those bookshelves. We had a library just for the shelves. And so it makes my heart feel very good that the bookshelves are going to be here and they're going to have some Jewish books in it to support and to teach. And so I want to thank you for that. Now, if my husband was alive now, he was 19 years older than I, he'd be 99 years old, and I know he would be very happy. So, that's my story.
Thank you.